Ξεκίνεται στο γήπεδο, πλησιάζει την περιοχή και...
Κατέβασε και εσύ το Bet On Alfa app και μη χάσεις ούτε ένα γκολ. Bet On Alfa. Ανεβήκαμε κατηγορία.
Edo, welcome to No Choftes. We are back. I should say I am back. This episode is once again sponsored by Bet On Alfa. So get on Bet On. I can't even get my words out. See, I haven't done this for so long. I can't even get my words out. So get on Bet On Alfa's website and do some safe betting. Anyway, how is everyone? How is everyone? The international break is over, isn't it? Thank goodness. What a fucking disaster that was. Bloody hell. I mean, I could go on all day about how boring the international break is and how it's actually fucking pointless when it comes to our national team because, hey, the CFA haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing and the new head coach is a fucking coward when it comes to his system, when it comes to his team lineups. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to talk about this article. Let me just bring it up, actually. I'm going to talk about this article from SuperSport FM saying that Mr. Parco Pezzaiuoli, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Pezza-No-Li. It's Pezza-No-Li, isn't it? Whatever. Apparently, this guy has been earmarked as our next sporting director. Okay? Now, full disclaimer here. His name hasn't been officially announced as the guy that Omonoia want as the new sporting director. It's just based off a rumor, a leak. So we don't even know if this is the guy. Okay? But let's get it right. A lot of things are leaked from this club. And I'd say probably 70-75% of it is bullshit. And 25% is probably spot on. And his name is the one that's been thrown at us time and time again. He's the guy. Well, look, it's like I told you lot some time ago. He'd be leaving Galatasaray, one of, if not the biggest club in Turkey, to come to Omonoia. A Galatasaray club that has the likes of, you know, Juan Mata, Dries Mertens. So many quality players playing for Galatasaray. And he would leave them to come to Omonoia. So what does this mean for us? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, for the sake of content, that this guy is the guy that we want. He's the guy that's been earmarked to replace Larku, which Larku left November 2021. Remember that? November 2021. That's when Larku left. If not, it might have been just before that. I'm not sure. But it's there or thereabouts. So we're looking about a year and a half without a sporting director. Now, if this was the guy that we wanted, and he's either decided not to take the role, or according to the report, his time, the time given to him to respond or to make a decision has expired. We gave him the time frame, and this is when you have to reply to us. So what's he doing? Has he diverted all of the emails to the junk folder? Is he red buttoning people whenever they call him? Are the WhatsApp messages left on like grey tick? 2 grey ticks, that hasn't even been read? Or are they on blue and he don't want to reply? Has he blocked Omonoia on Viber? Now what is this? Clearly the guy either doesn't want the role or he's just happy being at Galatasaray. Now again, we don't know if this is the guy. So many names have been thrown in the hat. This is the guy who apparently is the next guy that they want in the job. I don't know. But the thing is, you can say that there's no smoke without fire. And should we be concerned that the club at this stage of the season still hasn't announced the sporting director? I don't think it even matters anymore, does it? Does it really matter? The fact is, boys and girls, this club has been on a downward spiral for a couple of years now. So no amount of us sitting there worrying about who the next technical director is, or if Sofroni is going to be here next season, or if we're going to make any more signings, or if certain players are going to sign new contracts. It doesn't matter anymore. And it's really sad to say, isn't it? It really is. Okay, well, if you're an Omonoia fan, it is a sad thing. If you're not an Omonoia fan, you're kind of glad that we're in this fucking predicament. But, you know, Forza Trifilara says here, another one-club joke. And this is what it is. It's becoming a bit of a joke. And I don't want to start this resumption of no Choftes after the international break with such, you know, with such a dull feeling, with such a negative aspect. But we need to call a spade here. A spade. We are in big trouble. Big trouble. And, you know, we could talk about the Buffalo game of the weekend. We could talk about Buffalo in the Cup. But at the end of the day, are things going to change? I can't see it happening. And this is the big concern. Everything seems to be at a standstill. They say that the international break is usually the best time, or one of the best times, to make some announcements or delve into things a bit more, or maybe make some changes. Because obviously most of the players are away on international duty. Sure, Sofroni had a small squad to do training or whatever, but it's pretty quiet from a playing front. Yeah? No domestic distractions, nothing. And yet we're still here worrying about the club's future. Worrying what the fuck is going to happen in the summer. And again, this pod is effectively about this sporting director who, as allegedly, is the guy that's going to be taking the job. Or has been offered the job, should I say, not taking the job, because clearly, according to this article, he's not going to go for it, or he's not going to accept it. But where do we go from here, boys and girls? I think we need to sit down and have this conversation. And I know this is something that we've discussed time and time again about the board or the decisions that are made. But what is going on? Tarabuluzi was in Nigeria meeting up with Shehu. Now, was this a meeting between friends? Or was this an opportunity for Omonoia to look at the Nigerian market and maybe strike relationships with clubs out there or academies out there and possibly bring some younger players over to develop them? We need to think outside the box here. Or maybe that's just me giving the club too much credit. Am I giving them too much credit? Are they actually thinking outside the box? Did it actually click? Did the penny finally drop? Like when I mentioned 2-3 weeks ago during the reaction to the semi-final draw, that while we've got Francis Uzoho in the squad, this is a great opportunity to cast the net wider, to look at Nigeria, look at that market and see what we can do. Or was this, again, as I said, just a chance meeting between Simo and, no, not a chance meeting, but was it just a meeting between Simo and Shehu? If I'm not mistaken, weren't they both at Anorthosi at the same time? As well as Omonoia. I don't know. Maybe they were. I don't know, man. Mario, mate, why would any man leave the best team in Turkey, first place, I think you're right, to join Omonoia? Total Choftes, in my opinion. Our sporting director will be the Swedish guy who's already come to one of our games. You reckon it's that fella? Well, look, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say about that, in all fairness. On the one hand, I'm thinking, well, I've spoken about this guy already, and I've spoken about his CV and spoken about his history, and I've spoken about where he's come from. And if the rumors are true, or should I say, if the rumors were true back then when his name was thrown in the hat, he's going to bring a scout along with him, a Swedish scout. And look, we know that Swedish football is developing. We've seen many fantastic players over the years come out of Sweden. We've seen Forsberg in the Bundesliga. Isaac, obviously, is at Newcastle. He was at Sociedad before that. You could talk about Ibrahimovic. Many players have come out of Sweden over the years. So, look, if he's the guy, then we've just got to sit on our hands and trust the process, I guess. But it just seems like a very, very strange situation that this role needs to be filled. And if the Swedish guy is the guy to come in, why hasn't he got the job now? Why isn't he there now? Why isn't he at the club now? Now, one could argue, if he is the guy, then maybe he's just looking at the club from afar. But surely you need to be on the ground. Surely you need to be there seeing what's happening in and around the club. Or at least know. Because if he's just having Zoom meetings with coaches and academy directors or whatever, exactly how much truth or how much legitimacy is he going to have? Like, how much legitimacy is this information that is going to be given? Like, obviously, they're not going to tell him all the shit that's going on. They're not going to tell him about the state of the training facility. They're not going to tell him about, I don't know, players' attitudes or how they're behaving on and off the field. So the guy's coming in blindfolded, whoever he is, I don't know. Asaya's gone Afis as well. He worked for. Oh yeah, well yeah. I remember when he left Apollon, people were saying that he could be the guy. So yeah, he's the academy director of Galatasaray, not the first team. Well, this is an interesting one. I'll find out his exact job role at Galatasaray. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds while I find this person, because there are ways of finding out who is working where. And I'm not going to tell you my little secrets, but I have ways of finding out. So let me just bring this up on the fucking screen, right? Or not on your screen, on my screen, actually, as it goes. So he is the technical director for the youth and pro team at Galatasaray. And he was appointed in November 2022. So he's only been there 5 months. So why would he be leaving Galatasaray after 5 months to come to Omonoia? That made no sense to me, bro. That really doesn't make no sense. Now, obviously, our academy was in Qatar, or some of the coaches were in Qatar recently with the Aspire Academy, a really, really popular academy in Qatar. They're doing very, very well. A lot of financial input. And to be honest, I don't know what the end goal was for them to be visiting them. I don't know whether it was maybe a strategic thing or PR thing. I don't know. I really can't put my finger on what's going on at this club. It just seems that there's a lot of things happening, a lot of activity happening, but the end goal, I'm not sure what it is. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure what it is. So I don't want to be, making accusations or guessing and just adding fuel to the fire. Maybe there is a plan. Maybe there is a strategy. I don't know. But at this moment in time, if we're going by a report online, and again, it's like I keep saying, don't believe everything that you read. And the reason why I'm doing this pod is because I think this is a discussion that we need to have about the future of this club, where we're going. Granted, we shouldn't be relying on news outlets for information because some of it is flawed. Some of it is fraudulent. Some of it is utter fucking bollocks. And some of it is true. But again, if this story is correct, that this potential sporting director hasn't replied to any of the messages or isn't coming to the club or hasn't made his decision yet, what does that tell you about the state of this club? I think it's a massive, massive concern that when I look at other clubs, for example, again, I'm going to mention Aris and Buffalo. Their academies are thriving. They're bringing in quality players. Their scouting system is top-notch. And it's a major, major concern that two clubs who, you could say Buffalo maybe 10 years ago were really struggling. And Aris have only been up in the league for the past 2 years. They've been in the top division for 2 years, but yet they're getting everything right on and off the pitch. I think it's a massive concern. Now, do we blame the lack of finances available to the club? Do we blame the debts? Do we blame the powers that be? Do we blame the players for not performing? There's a lot of questions, and I don't know the answer to most of them. I really don't know the answer to most of them, and I think right now we need to be very, very concerned. Very concerned. Are things going to change? Well, not in the near future. No, not in the near future. And even if they do, it's not going to be an overnight change. It's going to need time. It's going to need patience. And there's going to have to be a lot of hard work involved. And we as fans need to take a step back and say, right, if we can see some progress and some changes, not short term, but if we see some progress over a certain period of time, then we can say, yeah, we'll back it. But currently, as it stands, with the 6th best team, just about, let's get it right, just about. That performance against Apollon, people were telling me that it was a positive performance. We lost, and the scoreline was 3-1. For me, that doesn't tell me that there's progress. It's not good enough. But look, I guess time will tell. That's the only thing I will say. Time will tell. And patience is a virtue, as they say. We need to be patient. Unfortunately, a lot of fans aren't patient. They want Amazon Prime style fucking results yesterday, not today. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. That really isn't how it works. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this potential sporting director. I don't know what else to say. As I said, this is an impromptu thing. I didn't plan anything. I haven't really thought of much else to talk about because there isn't really anything else to talk about. There's a story in 24 Sports that Loiza's price has gone up to 1.5 million euros on Transfermarkt. Does anyone care? Is anyone bothered about prices of players? Because we know that they're going to get priced out of any moves anyway. I believe his name is unrealistic. He might be waiting until the end of the season to see if we win the cup, and that's only about him. But any other director, well, yeah, there you go. And Mario, to be honest, this isn't me being negative. I can't see us winning the cup. And if we don't win the cup, then what? What does that mean? Again, more questions. Loads of questions. And perhaps I shouldn't have done this pod, in all fairness, because it's only going to get people riled up. But the fact is, there's no direction. There really isn't any direction. So, again, but yeah, here we go, Loro. It depends on the outcome of the Somadio and the Ederia. Well, again, this is something that's been going on for how long, Loro? How long have we been discussing this? As far as I remember, the first time I ever heard of any issues between Omonoia and Somadio were probably just after the Christodoulou potential takeover thing, which I still believe was a PR stunt. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're just going to have to sit here and suck it in. Now, the question I have to you guys, I'm sidestepping here. Next season, who's renewing their season tickets next season? I'm interested to know. And if any of you watching this now on a repeat, or you're watching it on YouTube and you're not watching it live, put it in the comments. Are you going to be renewing your season tickets? If you are, why? And the same question goes if you're not, why? Why are you renewing? Why are you not renewing? This is what I need to know. Because I'm not here to turn around and say to you guys, don't renew your season tickets. It's your choice. It's your life. I'm not here to influence you in any way, shape or form. If you want to renew it, good luck to you. If you don't, good luck to you. But the question needs to be asked to everyone, because if you are renewing your season tickets, what is making you want to renew your season ticket? Is it your love of the club? Is it the socializing element where you can meet up with your friends before games, sit with them or close to them in the stadium, sit near the people that you see week in, week out? What is it that's making you want to renew your season ticket? And again, this isn't me being some kind of troublemaker. I'm genuinely interested to know why you want to do this. If we bring in a new sporting director, doesn't matter who he is. It could be Jabba the Hutt for all I fucking give a shit about, right? If we bring in a sporting director, is that going to influence your decision? Let's say you're one of those, like Afdemis here, right? No, you're not going to renew. Let's say Afdemis Filemon. Let's say a new sporting director is announced, will that make any difference to your decision? Will you change your decision? If we win the cup, will you change your decision? And this is the thing, this isn't a personal attack. It's a question. And this is a question also to people that don't want to renew their season tickets. What is going to make you want to renew your season ticket? If the club, let's say, for example, the club send out a survey and they say to every season ticket holder, will you renew, yes or no? And you answer no. And then they call you They get the results and they call every Omonoia fan, every one of them. Anyone that says no, they pick up the phone and they say, why? Give me a list of reasons why you're not going to renew your season ticket. Is it going to be, okay, I'm not renewing because of the sporting director, that's one, or the technical director, because we haven't got one. I'm not renewing because we're not playing European football. I'm not renewing because of the signings that we've made in the summer last season and how little trust I have in the scouting team, how little trust I have in our transfer dealings. These are reasons not to renew your season ticket. These are genuine reasons. And these reasons are all linked to one thing. It's progress and success. Now, if you're seeing signings coming in that are good enough, that you believe can elevate us to another level, if you're seeing a sporting director or a technical director coming in where you believe you're going to see progress, if decisions are being made to benefit the long-term future of the club, you're going to renew, right? There you go. To be honest, if you see change, yes, bravo. Because if you're seeing change, then you're going to be optimistic. But again, as a fan and as someone that works hard every day, because I'm assuming all of you or most of you work, or if you're students, then you're obviously getting your parents' money, or you, however which way you got part-time jobs, I don't know. You're making an income. You've got disposable income. So you're going to be using a lot of that disposable income on buying your season tickets. But it's not just the season tickets. You're paying for petrol or diesel to get to games. You might have to pay for parking somewhere. I don't know. You might be like Roy. You find a secret cave and you park your car. I'm joking. You know, you want money to spend on the match day. Fain, Bires, Nero, whatever. So your match day experience isn't just paying for your season ticket and going to games. It's the package. It's the whole package. You might buy scarves. You might buy merchandise on the match day. So again, you're forking out money. So what is it that makes you want to spend money, your hard-earned money, to go watch this team? Because the fact is, there'll be other clubs that will be critical of our supporters saying, well, they don't show up when the results aren't good. It's the same with most clubs. Most clubs have attendances that drop because of bad performances and bad decision-making at the top. To use Aris as an example, a club that, again, hasn't got a huge fan base at all, but they're making progress. They took 500 fans to Buffalo. I know people are going to say, well, big deal, 500 fans, but still 500 away fans. Their fan base is growing. They're targeting younger fans. They're doing things the right way. And the results are getting better. They're challenging for the title now. Fandasu, a club that got promoted last season, qualified for the Conference League, well, the qualifiers anyway, in their first season back, and now they're challenging for the title. That is progress. But where is our progress? We've gone backwards. So again, it goes back to my question. What is going to make you want to renew your season ticket? What are the key points? If a club released a statement and they said, this is our quota, or this is our plan between now and the beginning of season 23-24. These are the bullet points. These are the things that we guarantee that we're going to do. We guarantee to bring in a technical director or sporting director. We guarantee to do this. What is it? What guarantees do you need? Because effectively, you're customers. You're not just fans, you're customers. It's a fact. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. If you're a fan of Apoel, you're a customer. If you're a fan of ANTROPI, you're a customer. If you're a fan of Man United, you're a customer. If you're a fan of Real Madrid, you're a customer. It's commercialization. Football is a business. So you're not just fans, you're customers. Because you're bringing in revenue for the club. So as a customer, an unhappy customer, what is it that is making you take your business away, your money away from the club? Because it's come to the point now, you need guarantees. You need guarantees. I mean, there's a comment here, right? People should be renewing their season ticket irrelevantly or how the team is going. That's love for any club. Anything else? Okay. Now, Laura, I understand what you're saying. and you're going to renew your season ticket for the love of your club. And I get it. You love your club through the good and the bad. And I get it. I completely agree. I've got no problem with people that renew their season tickets. But again, times have changed. It's not the 70s and the 80s or even the 90s now. Yeah? We all know that the cost of living has increased. I came to Cyprus on holiday and I was shocked by the price of fucking halloumia. I was shocked by the price of melon. I was shocked with the price of galan, for fuck's sake. And I'm from the UK. So when I see these price hikes and how the economy is fucked and how prices have gone up, and I'm seeing the average wage in Cyprus being the same, I understand you love your club. But at what point do you turn around and say, fucking hell, you're paying, this is masochism. You're paying for punishment. I mean, unless you like that kind of stuff, you know, paying a woman or a mistress or whatever orientation you are, paying for someone to punish you, slap you with whips and chains and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of shit you like, and fine. Fair enough. But if we're looking at this season, forget the previous seasons, because I know we've had worse seasons. Okay, we were talking about last season where we won the cup. But in terms of a whole clusterfuck, yeah, you're paying to be punished. You're paying to go to games to sit there and watch dross football, players who don't give a shit, you know? And it's very different. That's my ringtone. Anyway. So I think right now, again, while I understand you love your club and you want to go there and you support them through thick and thin, I get it. Again, Pedro, I know you've been an Omonoia fan from the off. I know you support the club, and I know, you know, I know you don't give up your season ticket because of one season of bullshit. But the fact is, Filet, this hasn't just been one season. It hasn't just been one season. And again, I'm not here to make a case for people not to renew the season ticket. If you want to renew your season ticket, go for it. I'm not going to be one of those people that says don't do it. If you want to do it, then fine. But on the flip side, and again, I'm sorry to say this, if you do renew your season ticket, okay, and again, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. If you do renew your season ticket, do not feel that you are entitled to have a moan when things don't go right. Don't feel that you're entitled to complain about the team's performances or the results because you got a season ticket. Because the way I see it, and again, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, but if you renew your season ticket, you're effectively paying these guys wages and you're encouraging it. You're encouraging all of this shit. Because, as I said before, a long time ago, when the club sees that people are constantly renewing their season tickets or getting their privilege cards and yet results are shit, they're going to think it's all right. They're going to think it's absolutely fine. They're going to continue doing whatever they want. This is my point. You know, it's like, okay, I'll give you an example, right? I've got a daughter, as you guys know. And if every day she comes home and after she eats her dinner, she plays with the iPad. And instead of me sitting there saying, "Ade man, we'll sit down, let's do some homework," which is what I do. I do homework with her every other day. I don't do it every day because every other day she's got some after-school activity and I wanted to stay fit because physical entertainment or anything keeping her active is good because in the UK, kids aren't given that kind of activity at school and they're not given that activity after school and there's nothing really for them to do. So either they sit at home and play with their fucking Xbox or their iPad or they go out and be drug dealers. And I don't want my daughter to be either of them. But if I was the kind of parent that brought her home from school and said, "Ade, eat your dinner and fuck off on the iPad every day," then you're encouraging it. You're encouraging it. And they think it's okay to continue to play with the iPad and not carry on with what they're supposed to be doing, which is learning. So my argument is, again, I don't mean this to be some kind of attack for any fan that is a season ticket holder. If you want to be a season ticket holder, then fine. But what I'm saying is, yeah, you're paying your money, right? Despite all the shit that's happening off the field, at board level, on the pitch, off the pitch, whatever, and you keep giving your money, and them not going to think, well, nothing's changed. We've still got 9,000 season ticket holders, so nothing's going to change. So we'll just keep doing the same shit what we were doing before. This is my point. This is my point. I don't know. Make the Honourable Luzzi the sporting director. We're blessed to have him. Yeah, bring him on. Put you up. Okay, I wasn't going to do this for much longer, but I'm going to put the link anyway there, Badr, because I haven't spoken to you in a few weeks anyway. So there we go. Grigori Shiba, Chief Scout as well, has all the connections to bring top players at the club. Oh, I'm not going to say nothing, Andy, man. I know you're taking the piss. I'm not going to say nothing. If you're buying a season ticket, you're giving your money to an investor and not to the club. No problem with that. The problem is the investor does not use your money to reward you with a good team. Case in point. There you go. Mr. Bedro is here. Before I say hello to Bedro, can everyone like this episode, please? How many likes have I?
Yeah, if we don't see likes, we don't talk.
Yeah, I've only got 3 likes. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. There's 21 people watching live at least. No, sorry, 19 on YouTube.
19.
19 on YouTube. Yeah. I want to see likes from all 19 of you. Come on. We've got 6 likes. Let's make it to 10 and we'll carry on this conversation. Come on. We've got 6 likes. Still on 6 likes. Fucking hell.
8.
How come you can see I've got 8 now?
Because
I've got 7.
I'm watching the live on YouTube.
I've got 7 on my analytics.
9.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, fuck it. Come on, let's go. Talk to me.
Definitely, okay. To analyze the whole thing. Think when the season ticket yeah, I am gonna renew my season ticket. You know very well that I'm passionate for the team. I love the team. I've given blood, sweat, and tears for this team. And when I say I gave blood, I gave blood. No bullshit. Those that know. So I've been in the thick and thin of things from ages ago, from my young days. We were for many years without a championship. We were still there, and for sure, someone that cannot afford it would reconsider buying a season ticket. I mean, if a fan followed the team this year with his season ticket and maybe a trip abroad and all the expenses, I got send your money αφέτος κάποιου ανθρώπου μεταξύ 3 με 5.000 ευρώ. That's big money. It's not chicken feed for football in Cyprus. Και για κάποιον άτομο να δώσει 5.000, 4.000, 3.000 που μες στην τσέπη του για την μάπα. Ο λόγος που έδωκε τούτος ο άνθρωπος για την ομάδα. Είναι ούτε για τον Παπασταύρου, ούτε για την εταιρεία, ούτε για το σωματείο. Για το όνομα της Ομόνοιας. Για την ομάδα που ονομάζεται Ομόνια. Now, from there on, you made the question. If you don't see any improvement, what you going to do? I'll take you up on that, and I'm going to tell you what. Now, I will renew my season ticket. Now, if everything settles down in the club, they come up with a final solution between Somadio and Jederias and all that shit. So in the thick and clean of that story, and I don't see improvement from there on, okay, I'm going to renew next year, but I'm not going to be a dummy. I'm going to renew the next year. I'm going to renew maybe the year after that. But at some point, people need to be heard. If people are not heard about their opinions, if things don't change, να φτάσουμε στο σημείο να κάνουμε 3.000 season ticket και να είμαστε happy.
I get what you're saying. And I fully respect your decision. And again, this isn't me having a go at people that are renewing their season tickets. I've got no problem with it whatsoever. What I will say, though, is we've come to a point now where, granted, that we saw progress, we saw championship win, we saw the cup win, brilliant, no problem. But where is the long-term progress? Where is it? Because right at this moment in time, and I know, again, this is opening a can of worms, I see a dead end. This is where I think we are at the moment. And again, this isn't me saying don't renew your season tickets. If you're going to do it, do it. But what is it? Okay, you love your club. You want to keep going. You love the thrill of going to games. You see your friends. It's in your blood. I get it. I've got no problem with the whole thought process and the tribalism that goes with it. But when you're seeing all this shit happening off the field, and you're seeing poor results, and you're seeing constant managerial changes, and you're seeing everything that's happened in the last 2 years, how we've gone from up there to, come on, man. Like, at what point do you turn around and you say, okay, I love my team, but I love it too much to see it crumble? Do you get what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what I mean when I said that people must be heard. Like, our opinions must be heard by the club or the owner. This is what I meant when I said that. When the point comes to shove, the people is all you have, and that the people is what Omonoia always had. Nothing more than that. We were not given any favors. Never.
Yeah.
Whatever was done on the blood, sweat, and tears of its fans and its people. It wasn't by any Babastavo. It wasn't by any Somadion. It wasn't done by any of that. It's from the people that Omonoia went up to where it went, and it's still existing today. To be honest, it's because of the people.
So my question with regards to what you said about, you don't care about the ownership or whatever, which I get. You're not investing you're not investing in the company. You're investing your emotions in the club. Okay. And you said if things don't change, then people need to be heard. Well, we've been saying we've needed to be heard for a long time. And it seems, and I could be reading this all wrong, but it seems that the fans' opinions do not really matter. After all, we've seen fans have their season tickets taken away. Now, I don't know the full story. I don't know if these people were abusive to Babastavo. I don't know if he just got pissed off with people approaching him. I don't know if it was a knee-jerk reaction. Again, I don't know the facts, so I can't make a decision. But fans are obviously saying what they feel, regardless of whether they should regardless of the method of how they do it. But yet nothing is really changing. As I said, the international break was a perfect opportunity to do something, try keep us invested in the club. But right now, again, it seems that they're happy to ride it out to the end of the season and then make changes then. But the longer we wait, the worse it's going to get.
Okay. Me personally, I have put my own time frame on when I would be expecting to hear something like definite this and this and this and that. That date for me is if we win the cup on the 6th Exidu Uni, I think it's the cup final. If we win the cup,
because the players' union have said they're not going to play. That they've refused to extend the season. So the 31st of May,
Ναι, αλλά νομίζω κάτι μιλήσαμε μεταξύ τους οι ομάδες και ήβραντα, δεν είμαι ακριβώς σίγουρος. I've been a bit away this week because I had issues, so I haven't been following nothing this week, to be honest, or the previous. Basically, for me, it's just like I'm just going to put dates down, so it doesn't matter. The actual date doesn't matter. It's the fact. The fact is, either you're going to be at the cup final, and I'm going to be expecting to hear news about what's going on within 3 days after the cup final. So that's my time limit. Within 3 days of the cup final, win or lose, I want to hear what's being planned and what's being done.
Okay, let me pause you 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me pause you 2 seconds. Let's say we don't get to the cup final.
That's what I was going to say now.
Oh, you're second.
Yeah.
All right. My bad.
If we're not going to get to the cup final, then the championship will be finished from us 26 του Μάη, 21, πότε τελειώνει τέλος πάντων το πρωτάθλημα. Within the same week, I want to see a plan in front of me within the same week. So either 3 or 4 days after the cup final, or 3 or 4 days after the end of the season. I want to see a plan in front of me.
Effectively, what you're saying is then you want to see signs or just some statement of intent by the end of the season.
What's going to happen? Yes.
Yeah. So let's give him till June then. Yeah. Let's give him till June. Are you happy to wait that long? Yeah. You're happy to wait that long for something to be done or something to be said or.
Anyway, whatever's going to be said, I don't want to hear that now. Because even if someone goes today, he's not going to change anything.
I know, but what I'm saying is you're willing to give it until June to see any changes or something. Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, we drop out the cup. Let's just say the worst case scenario. We drop out the cup. We're going to finish 6th, right?
Okay. And
nothing happens in June. Then what happens?
If nothing happens in June, let's say by middle of June, we fail, we don't get the cup, τελειώνει το πρωτάθλημα, βγαίνουμε τα 3 το μυαλύτερο, βγαίνουμε τον πούλο. Φίλε μου, εάν ως τα μέσα του Ιούνιου έρθουν να μου πούν ο τάδε παίχτης φεύγει, τούτος είναι ο τεχνικός διευθυντής και ως το τέλος του Ιούνιου, μέσα του Ιούλη, να σου κατεβάσω τον τάδε παίχτη Κύπρο, να σου φέρω τόσους παίχτες, ας πούμε, πρέπει να βρεθούμε 500 ομονιάτες να πάνε και αμέσως ξεδιμάσουν και φτύσουμε. It's as simple as that.
Disclaimer: Pedro's comments are not necessarily the thoughts of No Choftes. Just say, I'm protecting myself from now on, bro. I'm sorry. we do not condone spitting.
Spitting will be the least of their worries if they don't move.
Jesus. Right, let's get the other Pedro. He's been waiting for a while. Pedro Mu.
Hello, guys.
Φίλε.
Γεια σου, Πέτρο μου.
Γεια σου, Πέτρο μου.
Να μου καμνείς, είστε καλά?
Δόξα σε Διός.
Yes, sir.
I agree everything Petro said. Everything. And the spitting and everything.
This Petro doesn't speak on behalf of No Choftes. Disclaimer. I'm covering my back.
Okay, let me make it easy for you. Yes, we're not speaking on behalf of No Choftes. We're speaking on behalf of 30% of the fans of the greatest team in Cyprus.
Fucking hell.
Listen.
Petro, change the subject, please.
I make a mini Philly steak sandwich.
Oh, okay.
If we don't win the cup immediately when the cup finishes, you must have announcements. You must. At least after was even Petro's mesa de June, you must. Because last year we had about three months, I think, to plan for the next season, and we didn't. Mm-hmm. So if you don't win the cup, you have the same time, I think, until the next season starts. If I'm not wrong.
No.
Yeah, because it'll start later for us because we won't be in Europe.
Yeah, you won't be in Europe. So the 3rd year in a row, you do the same shit. I'm gonna go with Petros at other 500 to go find them. Oh man, it's just simple. It's simple. For how long? For how long? You did it the last 2 years. By the 3rd year, it's gonna be too much, and it's gonna be more worse. No chance for a season ticket the next year. No chance. Even if I win the cup, no chance. Because they must have favorite for the cup. Some people, I don't know why they think we're favorites. Why? We play like Real Madrid and now what? We're not better team than Bafos. We don't have better squad. We don't have better. If we pass Pafos, it's because it just happened. Sometimes we were lucky or we wanted it more, not because we had better players or better team. No chance.
Yeah.
That's not the reason we're going to pass Pafos. But I don't believe we will. I hope we will. And I want us to win the cup, that's for sure. But if we beat Pafos, it doesn't mean that you don't win the cup, first of all. But I don't know. Things are, I don't know. It's complicated. I don't know.
Bro, do you know what I've noticed? Like, I think we've gone beyond being angry now. We went through a little phase, October, November, where we were very, very angry and very vocal about it. But Dora and Son, we just think, I haven't got Oryxin to do it. I haven't got any Oryxin to get angry and shout about it and scream about it.
No, you don't.
And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, in all fairness, because it's a
bad thing.
Bad thing, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a bad thing because you just lose control. Just to τέλος της ημέρας χάνεις και ο δίκιος σου.
Yeah. Because you take your anger out. When you shout, when you scream, you take everything out, you relax. But if you don't, you save everything inside, you know.
We're suppressing it.
It's like a balloon to explode.
Well, look, I want this club to be a success, and I said it weeks ago that winning the cup might be, a bad thing for us because it just
again.
Yeah, it could. But then again, at the same time, has it come to the point now where perhaps that maybe they've learned from their mistakes? Maybe. Can we give them the benefit of the doubt?
I hope so.
Still, look at it this way. The first year that we became limited, okay, everything went bad. Everything went so bad. Και αν ήταν η ανόρθωση που έγινε η ιστορία με τον Ζόχο, να είμαστε στη δεύτερη εξάδα, θα τερματίζαμε έκτη και ύστερα να παίζουμε τα play-off και να τις φάμε μπούλους. And then, the next year, transformation. Τελειώσαμε πρώτη, πιάμε πρωτάθλημα. The year after that, πιάμε πρωτάθλημα πάλι. Εγώ επιμένω, έχει και πρωτάθληματα. The third year, after the two successes, so the first year, crap. Year 2, excellent. Year 3, excellent. Year 4, medium to bad, but at least you got a cup in the end and you managed to go in Europe. So, we should... να τα βλέπουμε όλα. Στη μάπα μπορούν να αλλάξουν όλα που τη μια μέρα στην άλλη. Σήμερα έχεις έναν άχρηστο σκουότ, που έλα ότι είναι όλοι άχρηστοι μες στο σκουότ, αλλά for the sake of argument. You have a useless squad today, and then the new transfer window comes, you replace a few players, and you have a dream team. You know better than me that these things can change from one moment to the next.
No, of course, and I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you one bit. But again, it goes back to what we have been saying for God knows how long. Regardless of whether you bring in a new head coach or a sporting director, you need to give them time and the resources to do their job. You can't give them 3 months or 4 months and just say, well, we're not doing well in the league, so bye-bye. There's your severance. You can go to the sunset.
Well,
clearly, if this sporting...
Let's see. Yeah, to answer, you just gave the reason why people should not think twice about renewing the season ticket for next year.
Well, no, I agree. I agree that it's kind of slightly contradicted what I've said. But the fact is, if you bring in a sporting director, then you're showing intent. If you're bringing in signings, you're showing intent. But my whole point was, well, if nothing changes, why are you going to renew? What reason do you have to renew? If you know it's going to be the same faces, it's going to be the same drama that we've seen the past year and a half, why would you? This is my point. If you're not seeing changes, why would you renew? But if you're seeing some progress, as I said, if they do a market research and they say to all the fans that didn't renew, what is it that we need to do? And they give them step by steps, like this is what we want, this is what we expect, this is what we believe in, this is going to make you want to come to the games, then fine. So be it. Renew all you want. But I see a lot of masochism in going to watch a team play week in, week out, when it's the same faces, it's the same system, it's the same nonsense. And again, you can change all the coaches in the world, but we're seeing no change, no difference. Have you seen a difference between Sofroni and, say, when Berg left? Have you seen any difference? Because we had the same with Lennon, the same with Ferreira, and now the same with Sofroni.
You really want to go in that kind of? But
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
No,
it's not the coaches the problem for me. Not only the coaches. The coach has Jolly Eftini for me, the coaches. Because you changed 4 coaches after Berg. Lennon, Ferreira, and Agustin. 3 coaches after Berg. Yeah, so things are the same. So it's not the coaches.
Well, look, I'm sure, and this isn't me being like super positive, but I'm sure they have some plans. However,
don't be sure with them.
No. But I think I'm sure they do have plans, but it depends on certain factors, you know. And that's the problem. It's these certain factors and these little things in the background that are causing all the friction, all the animosity, all the bad results, all the negativity. That's what it is. And I think because we know what's happening. Like, we know what's happening. I'm not saying that we know 100% that, you know, we know all the facts, but it's right in front of us where the problems are.
They're screaming.
That's the thing. And while we don't know the full facts and we don't know the full ins and outs, we have a rough idea. So again, this pod wasn't actually meant to be about people renewing the season tickets. It's about this sporting director that has, you know, apparently, according to Sport FM, that he's not going to get the job. So again, is it going to be the Swedish guy? Is it going to be this guy from Galatasaray? I don't know.
And he's going to leave Galatasaray for Omonoia?
It's Siba, man. You know, in Pepata.
Ρε φίλε, για να καταλάβεις how much out I'm out of it, τώρα ακούω τα πράγματα που σένα.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Anyway,
me,
look.
I said it a few times that for me the problem is when Larku left. I don't know why nobody said the reasons he left, but for me, my opinion, maybe I'm mistaken, when he left, that was the biggest mistake we could done, because he's smart, he knows what players to bring, he knows where to look, he knows what to do.
Πέτω κάποιο ανορθώσιατη στη σκάλα του τώρα Πέτρο να σε πιάμε τις πέτρες.
Φίλε, εγώ, δηλαδή τα 2 χρόνια που ήταν ο Λάρκο, ρε φίλε, μες στην Ομόνια, είδαμε τα αποτελέσματα.
Ναι ρε φίλε, αλλά εντός που είπα πριν ότι είναι έναν λουλούδι που να φέρει την άνοιξη. Γι' αυτόν και ονομάζεται ομάδα. Δεν είναι έναν πράγμα που μπορεί να αλλάξει τα πράγματα. Συνδυασμοί πράγματων.
Ναι ρε φίλε, αλλά λαλείς μου, να με πιάνε ορθωσιάτες, μου πιάνε στις πέτρες. Το Λάρκο πήραν τον σε όρθωση, έκαμε 3-4 μήνες, εκιόξαν τον. Εμείς έφεραμε τον την πρώτη χρονιά που είναι η εταιρεία Ομονία, και εκείνη η πρώτη χρονιά είδες πόσο σκατά έγινε η κάση. Εν τη δεύτερη και τρίτη χρονιά.
Είναι την πρώτη χρονιά που έφερες. Πρώτα είχες Ισπανών και πήγαν όλα κακά στραβά και ανάποδα και έφτιαξες τον και έφερες μέσα τη σεζόν το Λάρκο.
Η δεύτερη χρονιά που ήρθε ο Λάρκο.
Βασικά ήταν υπεύθυνος για η δεύτερη χρονιά ο Λάρκο, ναι, όχι για την πρώτη. Την πρώτη είναι ένας Ισπανός. Who was it still? The Spanish technical director.
Muñoz.
Δεν κατάλαβα.
Έχεις δίκιο, ναι. Μολίνα.
The one that came, όχι, Τζος ήταν, όχι Μολίνα.
Προπονητής που ήταν.
Προπονητής. The technical director that was in Omonoia the first year that we became a company, the Spanish guy, that everything was fucked up.
I forget his name.
Oh, yeah, έχεις δίκιο. But I don't care what Larko did in our Orthodoxy. I see what he did to our team. Those 2 years, and what happened to our team, those 2 years not here. That's what I see. Μπορεί να είναι σύμπτωση. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
Anyway,
maybe I'm mistaken.
It is what it is.
Με μας σκέψεις τούτες τις Αμερικανιές. It is what it is, Jamal. I get. It is what you make it be.
What do you want me to tell you, man? What do you want me to tell you? Like,
I'm gonna go and tell him it is what
it
it
is what it
is.
is.
Scali so mnyanje na fati nyambodimo.
Yeah, when you come
When you think of Angel Gomez, so was it Angel Gomez that you were talking
something
about?
like that? Yeah, something like that.
So some no name. I don't even remember his name. That's the impact that he had on me. I don't even remember his name.
The only good thing he did is bringing Jordan Gomez into Omonoia. That's the only good thing he did.
Oh, ήταν που πριν ο Ιώτη.
Jordi came in when did he come?
15? No, 15. He was 4 years in Omonoia.
Was it there?
It was 4 years in Omonoia. Yes.
You might get him mixed up with Matt. Is it Matt I'm getting mixed up with?
Matt was earlier than Jordan.
2014.
Ωραία, ήταν μαζί ο Ματ και ο Ιώτη.
4 χρόνια.
My brain is turning to a lava lamp, man. My brain is a lava lamp. 18, yeah?
2018, Jordi and Matt. And I left 2022.
I'm trying to recollect, man, because I told you my brain is fucked.
Yeah, I haven't
Go on Wiki. Find out when he came to Omonoia.
It doesn't make any difference.
His bio is going to be in there. I mean, the bio is a bio.
The problem is what we're going to do after. That's the problem. Next year, next season, win the cup or not, the problems are still there. So the problem is what we're going to do next season.
And the point is that people know, even if we win the cup, the problems are there.
2018.
Yeah.
Και ο Ισπανός, ο technical manager, πότε είστε?
Same time.
Same time. Yeah, the Spanish win both games at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2018, everything.
So yeah. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up, boys. We've done fucking an hour. Bloody hell. Jesus. Only 57 minutes and 35 seconds to be precise, but yeah.
We have another 2 minutes.
Thanks. All right, boys, thank you very much for your time. And hopefully you will tune in after Buffalo, but I don't know what's going to happen in that game. So
we're going to talk after that game.
Oh, fuck that.
All right, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bro, out there. Bye-bye.
Yes,
right, boys and girls, that's been another episode of No Chufters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your nonna. If there's anything you want to add, put it in the comments. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll be back very soon. Got the review of the Buffalo game coming up, which will be fun, I guess, for some. Bye, Pedro Mu.
Yes, sir, happy Mu.
Bye, everyone. I wanted to do that. I wanted to jump off and see what he was going to do. He was going to run with the show. Oh, man. I can't get this guy. I can never get him. He always pranks me, but I can never prank him. Anyway, have a good one, boys and girls. Jay, we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.